You're about to join a software team. Maybe it's an internship, maybe it's your first job, and one day someone's going to say the word Scrum. If you don't know what that means, you're going to nod, smile, and sit there while everyone else gets it. This video fixes that. In a few minutes, you'll understand the system that runs almost every software team and how it actually works. Software by default is chaos. Requirements change, deadlines move, and customers don't even know what they want. So teams try to control it, plan everything up front, define everything early. The problem? Software doesn't work like that. So teams need to find something more flexible. This is where Scrum comes in. Scrum is a framework, not a tool, not software. It is a way of organizing how a team works. The core idea is simple. Instead of building everything at once, you break the work into small cycles and ship something real at the end of each cycle. This is the whole philosophy. Understand this. Build fast, get feedback, adapt, and repeat. Now that you have the basic idea of Scrum, let's get serious with it. For that, we will use my app Stack Vault as an example. So let's consider you are tasked to develop Stack Vault using the Scrum framework. First, you gather the features that the customer wants in the software in form of user stories that come in this format. As a user, I want to add code fixes so I can view them later. You gather all the stories and put them in a product backlog, which is a collection of all user stories. And this is actually done by the product owner. This is the person who decides what gets built. Now remember, Scrum doesn't build everything at once. Rather, it delivers releases where each release is an upgrade of the previous one. From the backlog, you select the stories needed for the first release. You take them and put them inside the release backlog. Let's name it release 1. Now we start prioritizing stories inside that release. Which one we want to start with first? Then we estimate how much each story takes. Some may take hours, other may take days. Now here's where Scrum gets interesting. For every release, you will divide it into sprints. Wait, what is a sprint? A sprint is a short period where the team focuses on finishing a small part of the release and get it to ship ready state. Every sprint has a duration. For example, you have 8 hours to develop the sprint, which consists of developing the add fix functionality. When you finish that, you need to have a fully developed and literally a fully tested sprint, and yes, every sprint must be tested to the max. This is done by the development team, the people who actually build software, developers, designers, testers, whoever it takes to go from idea to working product. What I like about Scrum is the frequent delivery system. The customer doesn't wait for the full product to finish, which can take 6 to 12 months. Rather, you can let the customer view every sprint you do and get feedback on it, so you can improve in the next sprint. This is called sprint review. So remember, Scrum aims to deliver increments of the software, meaning every time the customer receives a better version of the software. Now what about the daily Scrum? What is it? Every single day, the team has a 15-minute standing up meeting. 3 questions are asked only. What did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? And is anything blocking me? That's it. No status report, no hour-long meetings. Just tight, focused communication so the team stays synced. This is handled by the Scrum Master, and not only that, the Scrum Master handles the entire workflow of the project, ensuring team is working properly and the project is progressing smoothly and on time. At last we have the retrospective. The team asks what went well, what didn't, and what do we change next time. This shows Scrum gets better with every cycle. It's not just a framework, it's a self-improving system. So next time someone says, we're running a 2-week sprint, or let's add that to the product backlog, you're not going to nod and pretend you know, you're going to know exactly what's happening. And that's the difference between someone who just codes and someone who knows how software actually gets built. If that was useful, subscribe, more videos like this coming soon, so see you in the next one.